My milk could save you, if you want recovery. Just close your eyes. The ice crystals on Titan 7 gleamed like scattered diamonds under the pale light of twin suns. But Commander Elena Voss barely noticed their beauty as she dragged herself across the frozen wasteland. Her breathing came in ragged gasps, each exhale creating small clouds that instantly crystallized in the sub-zero atmosphere. The plasma burn across her chest pulsed with an agony that threatened to steal her consciousness with every heartbeat. Her exploration pod lay in twisted wreckage 3 kilometers behind her, its hull split open like a cracked egg after the meteor strike. The emergency beacon had been destroyed in the impact, leaving her completely cut off from the research vessel Aurora's Dawn that orbited somewhere high above. The wound from the explosion was beyond anything in her field medical kit. The plasma had seared through her environmental suit and deep into her chest cavity, damaging organs that even the most advanced human surgical techniques couldn't repair. Elena's blonde hair, normally kept in a regulation bun, hung in frozen strands around her pale face as she stumbled forward. Her blue eyes, once sharp with the intelligence that had made her the youngest deep space commander in the colonial fleet, now glazed with pain and exhaustion. Each step became a monumental effort as her body began shutting down from trauma and blood loss. Through the swirling ice particles, she glimpsed something that made her heart skip, a structure rising from the frozen landscape like a crystalline flower. It wasn't human architecture. The organic curves and bioluminescent veins pulsing through translucent walls spoke of an intelligence far removed from Earth's engineering. But it was shelter, and potentially salvation. Elena collapsed against the entrance, her strength finally abandoning her. The surface felt warm beneath her palm, responding to her touch with gentle pulses of light that traveled along the wall's surface like neural pathways. As if sensing her distress, the entrance dilated open with fluid grace, revealing a chamber bathed in soft, healing light. Inside, the air was breathable and warm, carrying strange but pleasant scents that reminded her of rain on summer flowers mixed with something indefinably otherworldly. Bioluminescent panels along the walls provided gentle illumination, and the floor beneath her boots felt almost alive, yielding slightly with each step as if cushioned by living tissue. Elena managed 3 steps before her legs gave out entirely. As she fell, expecting to hit the hard floor, she instead found herself caught by something soft yet firm. Gentle hands lifted her, supporting her weight with surprising strength, and she looked up to see a face that took her breath away. If she'd had any breath left to take, the being before her was humanoid but clearly not human. Her skin was a soft blue that seemed to glow from within, like moonlight on still water. Her features were delicate yet strong, with high cheekbones and large eyes that held depths Elena couldn't fathom. Most striking was her hair, blonde like Elena's own but with an ethereal quality that seemed to catch and hold light in impossible ways, flowing around her shoulders like liquid starlight. "You're badly injured," the alien woman said, her voice carrying musical undertones that seemed to resonate in Elena's chest. The words were spoken in perfect English, though Elena sensed this being had never seen Earth. "I'm Dr. Amora Tichizis. I can help you, but you must trust me completely." Elena tried to speak but could only manage a weak nod. The pain was overwhelming now, darkness creeping in at the edges of her vision. She felt herself being lifted again, carried deeper into the medical facility with movements so smooth she might have been floating. Dr. Tichizis laid her on what appeared to be an examination table that molded itself to Elena's form, providing perfect support while biosensors emerged from the surface to scan her injuries. The alien doctor's face grew grave as she studied the readouts displayed in floating holographic symbols Elena couldn't decipher. "The plasma has damaged your cardiovascular system and several vital organs," Dr. S. explained, her fingers dancing over controls that seemed to respond to thought as much as touch. "Your human medical knowledge would consider this fatal. But there is something I can offer, a treatment my people have used for millennia. It requires complete trust and surrender to the healing process." Elena's vision blurred, but she managed to whisper, "What kind of treatment?" Dr. S. moved closer, her luminous skin casting a gentle glow over Elena's face. "My species produces a bioactive compound that can accelerate cellular regeneration and repair damage at the molecular level. It's not something your people would understand or accept easily. The healing process creates a temporary neural link between healer and patient. You would need to close your eyes and let me guide your body's recovery." Elena felt her consciousness slipping away. Whatever this alien doctor was offering, it was her only chance at survival. As the darkness closed in, she managed one final nod of acceptance, placing her life completely in the hands of this mysterious blue-skinned healer. Sometimes salvation comes from the most unexpected sources, requiring us to trust beyond our understanding and embrace healing that challenges everything we thought we knew. Elena drifted in and out of consciousness as Dr. S prepared for the healing ritual. Through her hazy awareness, she could see the alien doctor moving around the chamber with fluid grace, her hands manipulating crystalline instruments that hummed with soft energy. The bioluminescent panels along the walls had shifted to warmer hues, creating an atmosphere of comfort and safety despite Elena's critical condition. "The process will be intense," Dr. S explained, her voice taking on a formal, almost ceremonial tone. "My people's healing milk contains neuroactive compounds that must bond with your nervous system to repair the damage. This requires absolute openness between us. No mental barriers, no fear, no resistance. Can you do this?" Elena's throat felt like sandpaper, but she managed to croak out, "I don't understand what you're asking." Dr. S moved to her side, those otherworldly blue eyes studying Elena's face with gentle intensity. "Among my people, healing is not just a medical procedure, it's an intimate sharing of life force. The healer must connect with the patient's bioelectric field, guide their cellular regeneration from within. It requires trust that goes beyond anything humans typically experience." The alien doctor began removing Elena's damaged environmental suit with careful precision, her touch surprisingly warm against Elena's cold skin. Elena shivered, not just from the temperature but from an awareness of how vulnerable she was becoming. Dr. S noticed her discomfort and paused. "I know this feels overwhelming," she said softly. "Your species values independence and self-reliance above connection and interdependence. But your wounds cannot heal without this joining. My milk will repair your cellular damage, but only if our minds can synchronize during the treatment." Elena closed her eyes, trying to process what was being asked of her. The plasma burn across her chest pulsed with each heartbeat, a constant reminder that conventional medicine couldn't save her. Whatever this alien doctor was offering, it was beyond human understanding, but it was also her only hope. "What do I need to do?" she whispered. Dr. Jesus finished removing Elena's suit and helped her into a soft, form-fitting garment that seemed to be grown rather than woven. "First, you must release all preconceptions about healing. This is not surgery or medication as your people understand it. You will feel me in your mind, guiding your body's repair processes. There may be sensations you're not prepared for." Elena nodded weakly, though she wasn't sure she truly understood. Dr. S moved to a section of the wall that dilated open to reveal what looked like a biomechanical alcove. The alien doctor stepped inside, and Elena watched in fascination as tendrils of light began connecting to various points on Dr. S's body. The blue glow of her skin intensified, and her eyes took on an otherworldly luminescence. "The healing milk is being activated in my system now," Dr. S explained, her voice taking on harmonic overtones that seemed to vibrate through Elena's bones. "When I return to you, the connection process will begin immediately. You must close your eyes and surrender completely to the healing. Any resistance could disrupt the neural synchronization and cause irreparable damage to both of us." Elena felt a flutter of fear mixed with something else she couldn't identify. There was an intimacy to this process that went beyond anything she'd experienced, yet she found herself strangely drawn to it. Dr. S stepped out of the alcove, her entire being now radiating a soft, pulsing energy. Her blonde hair seemed to move with a life of its own, and her blue skin had taken on an almost translucent quality that revealed networks of light flowing beneath the surface. "Are you ready?" Dr. S asked, approaching the examination table where Elena lay. Elena's heart raced, but she nodded. "I'm ready." Dr. S positioned herself beside Elena, her hands hovering just above the plasma burn. "Close your eyes now, and don't open them until the healing is complete. Focus on my voice and let yourself fall into the rhythm of my breathing. Feel your mind becoming receptive to mine." Elena obeyed, closing her eyes and trying to relax despite her fear. She felt Dr. S's presence growing stronger, a warm energy that seemed to wrap around her consciousness like a gentle embrace. Then she felt the first touch, not physical contact, but something deeper, as if Dr. S was reaching directly into her nervous system. "Breathe with me," Dr. S whispered, and Elena found her breathing automatically synchronizing with the alien doctor's rhythm. "Feel my thoughts joining with yours. Don't fight it, Let our minds merge for the healing. The sensation was indescribable. Elena felt her individual consciousness beginning to blur at the edges, blending with something vast and alien yet surprisingly familiar. Dr. Etta's mind felt like warm sunlight, powerful yet gentle, flowing through Elena's thoughts with careful precision. She sensed the alien doctor's deep compassion, her dedication to healing, and something else, a growing fascination with Elena herself. Then came the physical contact. Elena gasped as she felt Dr. Ursa's lips against the plasma burn on her chest, but this was unlike any human touch she'd ever experienced. Warmth flowed from the contact point, spreading through her body like liquid light, and she realized this was the beginning of the healing process that would either save her life or consume her completely. True healing sometimes requires us to surrender our defenses and trust another being with our most vulnerable self. The moment Dr. Tessa's lips made contact with Elena's wounded chest, the world transformed into something beyond Elena's comprehension. The healing milk flowed like liquid starlight into her bloodstream, carrying with it not just cellular repair compounds but fragments of Dr. Tessa's consciousness. Elena felt her mind expanding, stretching to accommodate thoughts and sensations that no human had ever experienced. "Stay with me," Dr. Tess whispered directly into Elena's mind, their mental link now fully established. "The milk is beginning to work, but I must guide each repair manually. Your cellular structure is different from my people's. I need to learn your biological patterns as the healing progresses." Elena's body trembled as the alien compound spread through her system. She could feel her damaged organs beginning to regenerate, but the process was overwhelming. Each cellular repair sent waves of sensation through the neural link, and she experienced her own healing through Dr. Dazis's alien perspective. The plasma burn that had been eating away at her life force now pulsed with regenerative energy, new tissue forming at a rate that should have been impossible. Through their joined consciousness, Elena began to understand the true nature of Dr. Dazis's species. They were natural healers. Their entire physiology evolved to produce and share life-sustaining compounds with other beings. The healing milk wasn't just medicine, it was a sacred gift, a sharing of life essence that created permanent bonds between healer and patient. "Your people," Elena managed to think through the overwhelming sensations. "They all do this." "Only the medical caste," Dr. Dazis replied, her mental voice carrying undertones of something deeper than professional duty. "And only when the need is genuine. The bonding process changes both healer and patient permanently. We don't take such connections lightly." Elena felt Dr. Dazis's emotions bleeding through the link, professional concern mixing with growing personal attachment. The alien doctor was experiencing Elena's memories, her thoughts, her dreams, and Elena realized with a shock that she was falling into Dr. Dazis's mind just as deeply. She saw glimpses of the alien woman's life, countless years of study and healing, a profound loneliness despite her dedication to helping others, and now something new, a fascination with Elena's human courage and determination. The healing milk continued its work, but Elena began to notice changes beyond the repair of her injuries. Her senses were becoming more acute, her awareness expanding beyond normal human parameters. She could feel the life force flowing through Dr. Dazis's body, could sense the gentle pulse of the bioluminescent facility around them, could even detect the presence of other life forms on the distant surface of the ice moon. "What's happening to me?" Elena asked, though she wasn't sure if she spoke aloud or through their mental connection. "The healing process enhances the patient's natural abilities," Dr. Dazis explained, her hands now moving over Elena's body in precise patterns that guided the cellular regeneration. "Your nervous system is being optimized, your brain's processing capacity expanded. These changes will remain after the healing is complete." Elena felt a moment of fear. "Will I still be human?" Dr. Dazis's response came laden with emotion, concern, reassurance, and something more intimate. "You'll be yourself, but enhanced. Your species' potential is far greater than you realize. The healing milk simply unlocks what was already there." As the physical healing progressed, Elena became aware of the profound intimacy of their connection. Dr. Dazis was experiencing every sensation in Elena's body, feeling every emotion, sharing every memory. In return, Elena was gaining insight into an alien perspective on existence that challenged everything she thought she knew about life and consciousness. The alien doctor's touch became more personal as the healing deepened. Her hands traced patterns over Elena's skin that weren't just medical, they were affectionate, almost reverent. Through their shared consciousness, Elena felt Dr. Ursa's growing attraction to her humanity, her strength, her unique perspective on existence. Is this normal? Elena thought, her mental voice carrying her own confused emotions. This level of connection. Dr. Ursa's response was tinged with vulnerability. No. Usually, the healing bond fades after the treatment is complete. But with you, something is different. Your mind resonates with mine in ways I've never experienced. The connection is becoming permanent. Elena felt a mix of excitement and concern. The thought of maintaining this intimate link with Dr. Ursa was both thrilling and terrifying. She was human, raised in a culture that valued independence and individual achievement. Yet the shared consciousness felt natural, as if she'd been incomplete her entire life without knowing it. The healing milk had nearly completed its work now. Elena could feel her organs functioning normally again, her cardiovascular system restored to perfect health. The plasma burn was completely gone, leaving only smooth, unmarked skin. But the neural link between her and Dr. Ursa remained strong, pulsing with shared thoughts and emotions. Dr. Ursa lifted her head from Elena's chest, her luminous blue eyes meeting Elena's for the first time since the healing began. Both women could feel the permanent nature of their connection, a bond that would link their consciousness across any distance. How do you feel? Dr. Ursa asked softly, though she could sense Elena's condition through their shared awareness. Elena sat up slowly, marveling at her complete restoration. She felt stronger than she had before the injury, more aware, more alive. And underneath it all was the constant warm presence of Dr. Ursa's mind touching hers. Changed, Elena admitted. Completely changed. Some healings transform us so thoroughly that we can never return to who we were before, opening us to possibilities we never imagined existed. In the days that followed Elena's healing, the biomedical facility became their shared sanctuary. Dr. Ursa had explained that the neural link needed time to stabilize, requiring Elena to remain under observation while their joined consciousness found its equilibrium. Elena discovered this meant experiencing a constant, gentle awareness of Dr. Ursa's presence in her mind, not intrusive, but comforting, like having a warm companion always near. Elena explored the crystalline halls of the facility with wonder, her enhanced senses allowing her to perceive the subtle bioluminescent communications between the walls and Dr. Ursa. The entire structure was alive in ways human architecture never could be, responding to its inhabitants' needs and emotions with fluid adaptability. Your people built this? Elena asked as they walked through a garden chamber where impossible plants grew in geometric spirals, their leaves shifting through spectrums of color that human eyes shouldn't have been able to detect. Grew it, Dr. Ursa corrected with a gentle smile. We don't construct our buildings so much as cultivate them. This facility has been my home for over 2 centuries, adapting and evolving with my needs. She paused beside a fountain that seemed to flow upward in defiance of gravity. I've been alone here all that time, providing emergency medical care for travelers and researchers who venture to this system. Elena felt a pang of empathy through their shared consciousness. 2 centuries of solitude, broken only by occasional patients who left as soon as they were healed. That must have been incredibly lonely. I chose it, Dr. Ursa replied, though Elena sensed the defensive edge in her thoughts. My healing abilities are too powerful for normal society. The neural bonds I form with patients, they can become overwhelming for both parties. I came here to practice medicine without risking emotional complications. Elena turned to face her fully, studying the alien woman's luminous features. But with me, something went wrong with your plan. Dr. Ursa's blue skin deepened in what Elena had learned was equivalent to a human blush. Nothing went wrong. Everything went right. Too right. Our neural compatibility is unprecedented. Usually, the healing bond fades within days. With us. She gestured helplessly. I can feel your thoughts, your emotions, your very life force as clearly as my own. Elena reached out tentatively, her fingers brushing against Dr. Ursa's hand. The physical contact sent waves of shared sensation through their neural link, intensifying their emotional connection. I can feel yours too. It's overwhelming sometimes, but also. She struggled for words. Also beautiful. I've never felt so completely understood by another being. They had been moving closer together as they talked, and now Elena found herself studying the delicate patterns of light that flowed beneath Dr. Tessa's translucent skin. The alien woman was beautiful in ways that transcended species, her features expressing an intelligence and compassion that spoke to something fundamental in Elena's human heart. "Is this appropriate?" Elena asked softly, though their mental link had already communicated her growing attraction. "Between our species, I mean." Dr. Tessa's response came layered with complex emotions: desire, uncertainty, hope, and fear. "There are no precedents. My people have never formed such deep bonds with humans. But what I feel for you." She paused, her luminous eyes searching Elena's face. "It goes beyond medical care or even friendship. The neural link has awakened something in me I thought I'd train myself to suppress." Elena felt her heart racing, both from her own emotions and from the echo of Dr. Tessa's feelings flowing through their connection. The alien woman's attraction was profound and genuine, untainted by the superficial concerns that often complicated human relationships. Through their shared consciousness, Elena could sense the depth of Dr. Tessa's longing for true companionship, for someone who could understand her alien perspective while offering their own unique viewpoint in return. "Show me," Elena whispered, stepping closer until their bodies were almost touching. "Show me how your people express affection." Dr. Tessa's response was immediate and overwhelming. Her hands moved to frame Elena's face, fingers tracing patterns that sent cascades of sensation through their neural link. But instead of kissing her in a human fashion, Dr. Tessa pressed their foreheads together, allowing their shared consciousness to merge even more deeply. Elena gasped as she felt Dr. Tessa's emotions washing over her in waves: love, desire, gratitude, and a fierce protective instinct that spoke to the alien woman's true nature. In return, she opened her own heart completely, sharing her growing feelings for this mysterious being who had saved her life and transformed her understanding of what connection could mean. The bioluminescent chamber around them responded to their emotional intensity, the walls pulsing with warm light that synchronized with their heartbeats. Elena realized that the facility itself was expressing Dr. Tessa's joy at finally finding a companion who could share her existence fully. "Your thoughts are so different from mine," Dr. Tessa murmured, her mental voice carrying overtones of wonder. "So focused, so driven by individual achievement, yet capable of such profound empathy. You challenge everything I thought I knew about consciousness and connection." Elena smiled, feeling tears of joy on her cheeks. "You've shown me that healing isn't just about repairing damage, it's about becoming more than you were before. I was so focused on my mission, my career, my individual accomplishments. But this bond with you has opened up possibilities I never imagined." They remained connected, foreheads touching, sharing thoughts and emotions in a communion that transcended anything either species had experienced before. Around them, the living facility pulsed with gentle energy, celebrating the formation of a bond that would reshape both their destinies. As the ice moon's twin suns set beyond the crystalline walls, Elena realized she no longer thought of herself as stranded. She had found something far more valuable than rescue. She had found a connection that would fundamentally change her understanding of what it meant to be alive and conscious in an infinite universe. Sometimes the most profound intimacy comes not from physical touch, but from allowing another consciousness to truly know and accept every aspect of who we are. 3 weeks after Elena's healing, the rescue vessel Aurora's Dawn finally detected her emergency beacon and entered orbit around the ice moon. Elena stood in the observation chamber of Dr. Tessa's facility, watching the sleek human starship descend through the crystalline atmosphere with mixed emotions. Through their neural link, she felt Dr. Tessa approaching from behind, the alien woman's thoughts tinged with sadness and resignation. "They've come for you," Dr. Tessa said softly, her hand coming to rest on Elena's shoulder. The simple touch sent waves of shared emotion through their bond: love, loss, and a desperate hope that somehow their connection could survive separation. Elena turned in her arms, studying the luminous blue features that had become more precious to her than anything in her previous life. "I don't want to leave you. What we have, it's more important than any mission or career I had before." Dr. Tessa's expression was gentle but firm. "Your people will be worried. Your life, your responsibilities, they matter. And you can't abandon your species any more than I can abandon mine." Through their mental link, Elena felt the depth of Dr. Tessa's internal struggle. The alien woman wanted desperately to ask Elena to stay, but her compassionate nature wouldn't allow her to trap Elena in isolation, no matter how beautiful their connection had become. Elena realized this selflessness was exactly why she had fallen so deeply in love with Dr. Oz. There has to be another way, Elena insisted. The neural bond, it's permanent, isn't it? Distance doesn't break it. Dr. Oz nodded slowly. The connection will remain regardless of physical separation. I will feel your presence across any distance, share your emotions, your experiences. But Elena. She paused, her thoughts heavy with concern. Your people don't understand neural bonding. They may see the changes in you as contamination, as alien influence that needs to be removed. Elena felt a chill of fear, not for herself but for what humans might do if they discovered the true nature of her transformation. Her enhanced abilities, her expanded consciousness, her permanent connection to an alien mind, all of it would be seen as a threat to human purity and independence. The communication system in the chamber activated, projecting a holographic image of Captain Marcus Torres, Elena's commanding officer. His weathered face showed relief mixed with concern as he took in Elena's apparently perfect health. Commander Voss, we're damn glad to see you alive. We'd given up hope after 3 weeks without contact. Are you injured? Do you need immediate medical evacuation? Elena exchanged a look with Dr. Torres, feeling their shared understanding flowing through the neural link. They had discussed this moment extensively, planning how to protect both their connection and Dr. Torres's secret medical knowledge from human exploitation. I'm completely recovered, Captain, Elena replied carefully. I was treated by a local medical facility. My injuries were extensive, but I've been fully healed. Captain Torres frowned, glancing at something off-screen. Our scans show significant bioelectric anomalies in your neural patterns, Commander. We need to get you to the medical bay immediately for a full evaluation. Elena felt Dr. Torres's alarm spike through their bond. If human doctors discovered the neural modifications, they would demand to know their source. Elena made a split-second decision that would change the course of first contact between their species. Captain, I need to speak with you about something important. The medical facility that treated me, it's not human. We've made contact with an advanced alien species with incredible healing capabilities. I request permission to facilitate formal diplomatic contact. The silence that followed was deafening. Elena could see Captain Torres's face cycling through shock, disbelief, and calculation. In the background, she heard other voices as the bridge crew absorbed the implications of her statement. Dr. Torres squeezed Elena's hand, her thoughts flowing with gratitude and terror in equal measure. She had spent centuries in isolation partly to avoid this exact situation, contact with spacefaring species who might exploit her people's healing abilities. Commander, Captain Torres said slowly, are you certain you're thinking clearly? Alien contact protocols require. I'm thinking more clearly than I ever have before, Elena interrupted. Dr. Torres and her people represent an opportunity for both our species to benefit from peaceful cooperation. But this has to be handled correctly, with respect and proper scientific protocol. Through the neural link, Elena felt Dr. Torres's surprise at the use of her name. The alien woman hadn't expected Elena to reveal so much so quickly. But Elena understood that half-truths and deception would only create problems later. If their bond was to survive, it had to be built on honesty from the beginning. Over the next several hours, Elena carefully negotiated the terms of first contact. Dr. Torres agreed to meet with a small diplomatic team from Aurora's Dawn, while Elena would return to human space to serve as cultural liaison and advocate for peaceful cooperation. The neural bond would allow them to maintain constant communication, sharing experiences and emotions across any distance. As Elena prepared to board the shuttle that would take her back to the human vessel, Dr. Torres pulled her aside for a private moment in their shared sanctuary. Are you certain about this path? Dr. Torres asked, her luminous eyes reflecting deep concern. Once your people know about our connection, there will be no hiding what you've become. They may never accept you back fully. Elena reached up to touch Dr. Torres's face gently, marveling again at the soft warmth of her blue skin. I've learned something important from you about healing. Sometimes you have to embrace change completely to become something better than you were before. Our bond isn't just about us anymore. It's about showing both our species that connection and cooperation can create possibilities neither could achieve alone. Dr. S smiled, her thoughts flowing with love and pride. Then we begin something new, not human, not my species, but something greater than either. As Elena's shuttle lifted off from the crystalline facility, she felt Dr. S's presence in her mind as clearly as ever. Their neural bond pulsed with shared determination as they embarked on the challenging task of building bridges between two vastly different species. The healing that had saved Elena's life was now becoming the foundation for a new kind of relationship between human and alien consciousness. Looking back at the bioluminescent facility growing smaller below, Elena realized that true healing, whether of individuals or entire species, required not just the courage to accept help, but the wisdom to transform that help into something that could benefit everyone. Her rescue had become something far more significant, the first step toward a future where neural bonds between species could create understanding that transcended the boundaries of biology and culture. The greatest healings often extend far beyond the individual, creating connections that can transform entire worlds and reshape the future of consciousness itself. Story lesson: this tale explores how true healing goes beyond physical restoration to encompass emotional, mental, and spiritual transformation. It teaches us that accepting help from unexpected sources, even when it challenges our preconceptions, can lead to profound growth and connections that benefit not just ourselves but entire communities. The story suggests that healing at its deepest level requires vulnerability, trust, and the willingness to be changed by the process, ultimately creating bonds that can bridge even the vastest differences between beings.